How many? Let me know how many viewers we got. Are viewing right now? Give me like a number on your phone. Are we live right now? We're live. All right. What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 10, Ball 4 podcast. Go figure. Ball 4.
Literally.
We got right. I'm Gus Rico. To my left, I got Andy Lira.
You know that.
Yeah.
Lira.
And then our guest today, I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Okay. Before he does that, though, one of the best umps out there. I really do got to say that. That's why he's here. It's umpire month. Hopefully, we get a bunch of umpires in this month. But Carlos, go right ahead, man.
Yeah, my name's Carlos Astorga. I've been umpiring high school baseball since 2015. Started umpiring in 2011. I've been doing community college for 3 years now.
Cool. So, before we even get into it, thanks for coming. This is honestly having you here. It's an honor to have you here. It's not easy, okay? Especially the where you're at. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are like, "Hey, that guy blew this card. That guy this. That guy that." It's always the Blues' fault, man.
Yeah.
Always the umpire's fault, and we'll get into that. But yeah, I mean, Lira, go ahead, man. Take it away.
Yeah, no, this is I'm gonna enjoy this really well because sometimes I like umpires to try to educate coaches, and usually a lot of times you have coaches educating umpires nowadays. But you being around the game for a while and going through it all levels, it's gonna give us a good insight about what to expect, how the umpires, what they think, and on their side of the point of view. You know what I mean? It's always coaches, but it's rare when we get to sit down with real umpires and actually give them a voice or an opportunity to speak from their perspectives, because a lot of times they're always trying to run away from the field because they might be getting chased down.
Nah, man.
But but yeah, man. So just tell us a little bit about your journey, how you got to where you are now, the community college, but from the lowest to play. You can even tell us about your playing days and all that stuff.
Yeah, so we enjoy the game. We love the game. It's just another way to stay in the game. But I played high school baseball at Cleveland. Graduated 2011. And that's kind of where umpiring started for me. Guys from that same program were umpires at one time. Coach Marcial was an umpire there. Bobo had umpired a few games, and we would do this thing for Martin Luther King tournament. So we would be at Mid Valley, and the players would umpire games. And that's how we would fundraise our program. And that's kind of where the love for umpiring, came.
Yeah.
Obviously, I loved playing baseball. I loved playing baseball since I was 5 years old. But, you get to a point where, that's probably not going to be, the journey.
You love being around the game.
Yeah.
You love being around it.
Yeah. So, pretty much started my senior year, umpiring club ball at Mid Valley. Yeah. And that's where it all started. And, just little by little, teams start coming in, coaches start coming in from other areas, and they start seeing you umpire, and you just start expanding little by little, working other tournaments or working in other leagues, and
yeah.
So
I mean, like I said, you do a heck of a job out there, man. And I really do got it. I mean, every time Birmingham plays, and we know who's going to umpire, who's behind the dish, who's got the bases, and obviously our skipper there. Hey, we got Carlos today. Cool. Should be a good one then. You know what I mean? Not that there's no such thing as retaliate, nothing, or favoritism. There's such thing as that. I'm a strong believer in it. I am a strong believer in it that if you're behind the dish, you're going to call a good game. You're going to have full control of those fans. You're not going to let anything get out of control, because there's times out there that if that ump allows it, that game would at any level could go sideways.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And because they don't know what to do. And with his experience, Carlos, with your experience out there, obviously, I'm sure you've gone through a lot of battles where, come on, Blue, worth that miss. I'm sure you've gotten, probably I'll meet you in the parking lot, stuff like that. But now to be where you're at, I think you've done a great job of controlling the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And and I think it just comes from experience, especially, honestly, I tell people probably the hardest, level to work is like the youth level.
Yeah.
because you do get more issues with the parents when you're umpiring high school and college baseball. You have administrators there, and
Yeah.
that that comes with experience too. Is just knowing when to get them involved.
Yeah.
Let fans talk. They're obviously the emotions get high and they care, but I think it just comes from experience, knowing when to get administration involved. But
Nice.
when you're doing club ball, when you're doing tournaments,
Oof.
yeah, the director sometimes isn't even there. He's
can't get a director. Yeah, he left.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, so
Man.
that's when you have to, and when you're starting out, that's where you're starting out.
Yeah.
So you're getting, guys that are, raw.
Yeah.
And so it comes with time. You start, you take every game and you learn, from each game. You're always, whether it's a off season game, you're gonna work on your strike zone. You're gonna work on timing, tracking. There's a bunch of stuff to be working on.
Damn.
But yeah, when it comes to fans, it's the youth level is, I would say, because like I said, there's no one there an administrator to control the situation. Right. You're in control,
right?
And that's when we use the coaches. Hey, you're in charge of your dugout.
Yeah,
you're in charge of your fans, so control your fans, and we're not going to have an issue. But it's knowing when to get involved and how to get involved with it. You can't just go straight. They say one thing and let it get to you. No, it doesn't work that way.
All right, shoot, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Well, like with me, that's I think that's because coaching at the travel ball level, you see a lot of umpires get worked up quick, and then I think that's where like a lot of times I try to tell umpires who's the one in the game. Is it us or is it the fans? Because a lot of times you go out there and then you'll start hearing, hey coach, do this, or a lot of times they don't even go straight to the coach, they go straight to the fans. Hey, you can't do this, do that. And my favorite saying is, hey, are they in the game or are we in the game? Because if anything, come talk to me. You know what I mean? Like, especially with us, like we in trouble, no matter what, you're gonna have rowdy parents or whatever. You got to go out there and be like, hey, coach, can we do this? And I think it should be establishing and we don't really do this a lot in the play meetings, but it's establishing like, hey, if your fans get out of whack, I'm not gonna go to the fans. I'm gonna go to you, right? And then as soon as you're going and then they're talking, I'm not even gonna give them the time of the day. I'm gonna go to you, and be like, hey, coach, here's your last warning. If they keep going, you're gone. They're not gonna be gone. You're gone. And I think that's where it can get a little bit better and clean up on that end. Because it's like a lot of times you get the umpire and parents going and all that. And then, I mean, the parents don't really got nothing to lose at that moment or whatever it is. And umpires are just going to keep going at it. Next, you're going to have screaming, yelling, and doing all this. So.
Yeah, that's definitely not the way we want to go about it. We don't want to interact with fans. We don't want to interact with parents. That's, like I said, it's a reflection of the coaches. So, whatever they're, like I said, they could talk, they could show their emotions. When it starts getting out of hand, that's when we have to get the coaches involved and say, hey, you're in control of your fans. So it gets out of control, then then we have nothing. We have nothing else left to do than to eject that parent. I had an
talk about it. Go ahead. Talk about it.
Yeah,
so we want to hear.
There's one experience I had.
Let's go.
Because normally, honestly, I don't really work anymore youth ball or tournaments. Like it'll be
moving on up.
But a few years ago, it was a memorial tournament.
3-day tournament.
Yeah.
Little hot.
So it was a championship game. It was Monday, Memorial Day.
Yep.
And so, fans are getting out of control, talking about the strike zone. Okay, In my head, I'm like, yeah, you have a better look from there. But okay. So, I called the coach over. I said, hey, you need to control your fans. And he's like, yeah, I'll control my fans. I'll control my fans when you control the strike zone.
Oh,
cool. So he had nothing I had nothing left to do but to eject him. Of course, as soon as I eject him, then the fans just go even crazier. And at that point, again, no administrator there. So fans keep talking. Okay, now you're gone. I'm not starting this game until you leave. And the parents like, me? And I was like, it came from there. I said, yeah, you're gone. And he's like, it wasn't even me. It wasn't me. So the guy behind him stands up. It was me. Okay, you both of you are going.
You? God.
I'm not starting until both of you.
Oh, it was you.
You're gone too. So, but like I said, yeah, we don't want to interact with the fans. We go through the coaches, but if the coaches are gonna act like that too, then
Damn.
we got to do our job too. So
that's one of our questions. You got to have thick skin, right? To
Yeah.
be in a, obviously.
It's part of the game. We understand it. We know fans are going to talk.
There's no egos.
No.
Some guys out there, they make it about themselves, and we obviously we've been around it as well. It's like, oh man, come on, dude, like this, But we've learned, I think, as coaches as well. Like me personally, I don't like calling them blues. I call them by their first name. Yeah. I don't like arguing balls and strikes. There's times where it's like, hey, little up, whatever it was. Yeah,
and I felt that from you too. Same thing. You just ask, But I feel that from you, where you just let us work.
Yeah. Count please and thank you. And there's ways to go around it and talk to to umpires out there, and the come on, blue, work that miss, you're blowing the game. It's like, come on, man, like come on.
No, but it goes back to the respect thing, like using first name. Same thing with us. When we already had a coach, we know what their names are.
Yeah.
If we don't know their names, Max Preps is out there. We know what the coaches' names are, and that's what we want to do.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Man, that's going back to thick skin. That, like, honestly, the strike zone. I at this point, like the travel walks. I mean, yeah, you guys, we do be around the high school level and all that. It can get, usually the strike zone's pretty well there. It can get pretty bad sometimes, but like when you go and you realize that the strike zone, people argue balls and strikes, and I've learned from Gus and many other coaches like Sam and everything, where strikes are balls and strikes you can't get back, like, honestly.
Yeah.
So it's like, why are you even argue it?
Yeah.
It's more understanding the zone and going. But the best part about it is when you have a terrible strike zone, right? We ain't gonna say nothing on that, but then don't even know how to, like, you get mad at me for telling you, hey, he needs to set, or hey, come on, man, you're going and you don't, like, he can't do that. It's a balk. And guys get started getting frustrated with you, where you're like, I'm like, first, I'm not even arguing balls and strikes with you.
Yeah.
It's first of all, it's terrible, but I'm not even, and then you can't even call a balk. How would you react if that was the case, where you see an umpire being like, a coach learning an umpire in LA, like, not arguing balls and strikes, but the fans are getting into it, whatever. And then you say, hey, man, that's a balk. And then the umpire's already rattled up, probably because of the fans. You go up and kind of snaps. Where not snaps on you, but it's more of like, all right, coach, like, come on, man, like, are you serious right now?
Yeah, but balks are also a judgment, So we're seeing it, that's obviously what we're looking for as base umpires, as plate umpires, as he's coming set. So I mean, we can't tolerate that either. You can't just tell us that's a balk, That's mainly for us to be looking at. We're gonna look for it. Yeah, it's okay to bring it up. It's okay. Hey, can you look for this? He's doing this. It's just a way of presenting it, or a way of.
I think that question there was like actually for like Lira. Lira was like, like, are you going through that?
Oh, I go through it every day. Every day. I sit here to prove umpires wrong. Literally.
My bad, Lira.
No. It's a lyric question. Literally,
it is a lyric question.
Yeah,
that wasn't even on our.
That's
that wasn't on the rundown.
No,
this is behind the scene. We're live.
No, it's because
you're making me cry right now.
No, because it's a question that.
Yeah. You went through this past weekend or what?
No, I go through it every weekend.
Every weekend.
It doesn't matter, but,
all right, man. All right,
but but at the high school level too, it's like that.
Oh yeah. Like, you'd be surprised at what you run into.
Yeah, where you go and then you umpires, it just letting it happen. Where you going, and then the one time you say something, you're getting yelled at. And then come on, we all know the reaction where it's like, yo, dude, I didn't even say anything. Now I say something. Yeah. Then that's enough.
That's enough.
Yeah.
All right. You get me straight to the dugout. You gotta go to the dugout.
He's gonna bash my colleagues up here.
All right. All right, man. Moving on. So you've been doing this for 13 years. You started high school in 2015. You started umpiring junior college in 2022.
Yeah.
So you're obviously moving on up. I'm gonna just ask you a quick question. Obviously, I think I know the answer, but what's your next step? Like, what do you think is your next step? Where do you want to be? What's your goal?
So the next step is going to camp.
Okay.
Go to camp. That's how we get looked at. That's how we display our our skills.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, we go to training. We go, yeah, it's camp. I mean, if you want to just get more knowledge, more, get in depth with your skills, that's the next step.
That's dope.
But you're also there's coordinators there for Division 3, Division 2, NAIA, and that's how coordinators look at you, and
Right.
they bring you onto their staff, and
Damn.
yeah. So that's our that's my next step.
That's pretty cool. I think it's crazy how we can relate, because as coaches, we want to get better. We want to learn more. We want to coach at the next level. And then we're sitting with an umpire here, like he wants to obviously coach Division 1, 2, or 3, or probably some minor league, Major League Baseball.
Well, so that's a different route. Major League and minor league baseball. There's camps for Major League or for minor leagues.
Yeah,
which you got to go the minor league route. But yeah, so it's separate from college baseball.
Okay.
But
okay. So you had a city section Division 1 final in 2018. Verdugo versus Carson.
Verdugo versus
Right?
Carson, 2018,
at Dodger Stadium. Talk about that experience. Like how was that?
Yeah, that was a great experience. Number one, because my brother was on the game for that too. So he got the plate. So he was a plate umpire. Shout out to Omar.
Shout out to Omar out there, man.
Omar Astorga.
We got to get you in here, man. Woo!
Yeah. So he had the plate, and then I remember when I got the email, they were letting us know who was going to be who was the staff for that game. So I see his name right away, and I'm like, oh, I'm super happy for him. He joined the high school unit like 3 years before I did. So I'm like, it's his turn, and cool. I was super happy for him. Going down the list, and next thing you know, I see my name there. So yeah, it was just awesome to be able to share that moment with him. We got the umpire room at Dodger Stadium, so we go in there pregame, and we're changing, showering up in there. It was cool.
That's dope.
It was a great experience being on the field. It was so surreal.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely a special one because my brother was on the game. But yeah, but all that hard work that that you put in, and
sure.
it feels good that your association gives you that recognition to work that game, because it's just like anything else. You put in the work, they see it.
Yeah,
you get rewarded with the game at Dodger Stadium.
Shout out to Omar out there, man. Another one of the great ones out there. Does a heck of a job, and what we talked about through this episode right now is he does an amazing job as well, man.
Yeah,
Shout out to him.
Yeah, he's a great plate umpire. He's a great umpire.
Yeah,
obviously I learned from him. Coming up, obviously more guys start coming into the baseball world, the umpire world, where we meet other guys and get other mentors. Shout out to Dax Vialta, one of my special friends. He's my mentor. He's helped me develop and grow. So yeah, but just
shout out to Dax out there.
Daxy. Yeah. So but yeah, that's
one of the great ones. That's for sure.
Yeah, no, Dax is a stud, man.
I remember, I think it was 2017 or 2019. I forgot what year it was at Dodger Stadium, and he had the play against Chatsworth. We were against Chatsworth. We went against Chatsworth.
Your first one?
I think so. 2017, I think it was. And once we heard Dax was behind the dish, I was like, yes. It's good. We're both gonna get squeezed today. Like no one's gonna get that. No one's gonna get that call. And sure enough,
it's got to be a true strike.
It was that lefty Gutierrez, that lefty from Chatsworth, and he was dealing the whole year. He's spotting up, and from the dugout, it looked like a strike, but nah, ball four. Yes, I was like, so it was cool. But yeah, no, Dax is great, man. Dax is he's great. So
going back to that Dodger Stadium game, like I said, so rewarding. And honestly, it was such a quick game. It was going by so fast, just quick pace to the game. And in the 7th inning, Verdugo Hills ties the game up. So we go to extras. You're at Dodger Stadium. Yes. That's the one game you don't mind being there for, as long as it takes. They played 9, and it was such a cool moment. Yeah.
Yeah. So how would you say from when you started umpiring to now, what's changed? Like it could be from the players, the game itself, the coaches, the fans. Like how would you say the game has changed now that you're all the way up to the community college levels? Like how are those games
I mean,
compared to the ones you started with?
yeah. Yeah, obviously the game's, the game evolves. The game's evolving. The game changes, new rules, pace of play, the speed of the game, the talent. So, but yeah, it's at the end of the day that you like I go into a game. Obviously, it's probably a higher level game than I've worked. Like for instance, now it's like I'm working summer baseball. It's the California Collegiate League. So you got Division 1 talent out there.
Right.
So and we're striving to be better umpires, and but at the same time, I know there's better umpires out there than me, but you learn from them as well. But I step into that game and just try to tell myself, at the end of the day, it's just a baseball game. So yeah, the game changes, the game evolves, but you want to, just tell yourself it's still a baseball game. We got to track pitches, we got to have our timing. Yeah, because we can't speed up. We're watching the play, we let it develop, we call it out. The things that change are like the rules, like for instance, now in college baseball, they're implementing the pitch clock. Yeah.
Right.
So now we have, a clock out
You
there.
gotta
So
love that.
it's games do speed up. Yeah.
You're like, hey babe, I'll be home in 2 hours.
I actually hate that question. She's always asking me like, what time are you gonna be done? Don't ask me that question. It's baseball. We gotta know, we might have a pitch clock, but we don't have a clock. And that's the beauty of baseball.
I think I'm gonna use that one. Telling you, I don't know.
Don't ask. It's actually bad luck when she does.
Yeah,
Like,
kidding, yeah.
The game ends up being like 4 hours.
Yeah. Damn. That's cool. So I mean 2021 Southern Section Division 1 final?
Yeah. No. Southern Section final.
Southern Section final.
Yeah. It was Division 6.
Okay.
It was Anaheim versus, I can't remember the other team.
What was that at?
That was at Cal State Fullerton.
That's right.
Yeah.
It
was 2021 or 2022. One of those two.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how was that? How was that experience?
That was cool. That was the whole family went out there.
You had the dish.
I had the plate for that one.
Nice.
So that one that one was special because of that. So yeah, that going into it was my first championship that my brother wasn't there. So that was my second one. I had one up on him now.
Nice.
But he took a back seat but it was cool. Yeah, it's not Dodger Stadium, but it does feel like more of a packed house because of that.
Smaller.
It's smaller.
Yeah.
And it was the first female pitcher. She was throwing the game for Anaheim.
Oh damn.
She was a stud. Yeah, I think she went like the game actually ended up going like 11 innings. So both of my finals have been extra innings. We were the first game of the day, backed everybody up. Well played game though. Low scoring. I think it was like 3-2, 2-1 final.
Damn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So locked in on that. That was cool. That was a good experience. And it was a Southern Section final.
Yeah.
You know how we feel about that. Like no discredit to the city, but Southern Section,
Yeah.
It's all of California, Southern California.
Right.
Yeah.
Damn. All right.
That's cool. How would you say the difference are between the umpires on those the cities and Southern sections?
Like the San Fernando Valley Umpires Association covers both, so it's the same umpires. Maybe some guys, get more Southern Section games, but we cover both. We work both. Like I'll work Birmingham, but I'll also have like the Notre Dames, the Harvard Westleys.
Okay.
I haven't had your son though.
You haven't had my son yet?
I didn't have a game last season for Harvard Westlake, so no, I haven't had him yet.
He had Wagner. I think he had Wagner behind.
I think Omar had him once.
Omar did have him. Yeah, Larry. So, shout out to all the umpires out there doing a great job. Seriously, you guys do an amazing job. And correct me if I'm wrong, Carlos. I know there's especially for JV games at the city section, there's sometimes where there's a shortage.
We're a little short with guys, especially after COVID. But so if you guys are definitely, if you're interested in umpiring, definitely, look us up, San Fernando Valley Umpires Association. There's associations all across Southern California, but or all across the nation, obviously. But we're at a shortage for umpires.
Yeah. So, how easy is it to become an umpire?
Well, so for high school, you go to.
Lira's trying to become an umpire, bro.
You want to switch over to the dark side?
A little extra money, you know what I'm saying? Nothing wrong with it. Yeah.
Yeah. We have some meetings. You gotta get certified. So we go through like rules. We go through. It's just meetings. We're going over rules, rule changes, experiences. You have a certification exam that you have to pass, and yeah. So it's just putting in
Oh,
the
you gotta
time.
take a test.
Yeah.
So wait,
I'm
this
good.
is wait.
So I'm good.
So this is for like high school
This
levels.
is for all the high schools, National
Okay.
Federation. Yeah.
Yeah, man. There's some good ones out there, man. There's some good umpires out there. Like I said, by now I think we're pretty familiar with most of them.
Mhm.
And when we get an umpire that we don't know, we're like, who's that? Well, who's that walking in? Sam and I are, we're down the left field line, and when we don't know who has a plate or who's got the bases, and we're like, who's that? And we always try to guess, but
you guys get like a
yeah, but sometimes we don't,
You don't check it?
Yeah, we don't check it, or Matt doesn't, we didn't ask Matt, or he doesn't tell us. But later, as the season goes, now we definitely start asking, like who's got the plate. So you're always looking sharp out there, and I mean that. It's you're always looking sharp. You got some nice gear, nice mask, and some nice shoes out there.
Yeah.
Especially when you're on the bases. Talk about that. I mean, you take pride in your gear. It seems like you take.
I mean, as umpires, we have to, so gotta have the spit shine shoes.
Yes.
The plate shoes. You want to be well protected back there, especially the higher up you go. You're getting the pitching's a little harder, so you want to be well protected. But yeah, it's you're investing in your career.
Yeah,
so it's just
most
like
definitely.
anything. If you're playing ball, you obviously want to have the nice swag, the nice gear.
So what is it? It's look good and umpire good.
Look good, feel
Look
good, feel good.
Umpire good.
Umpire good.
Okay, that's a
Gotcha.
new saying right there. Huh? We got to come up with something here.
See what I
Yeah.
mean?
No, but yeah,
Okay.
it's you gotta get your nice shoes. Like
Yeah.
I love the Air Maxes,
Yes.
so I go with the
Oh, we
golf
noticed it.
the golf Air Max shoes
Yeah.
out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, you gotta have the creased pants. That's half of the job. When we show up,
half the battle. Right
yeah,
there,
it's half the battle. Get a little respect from you guys, from the
Yeah.
coaches, and but yeah, that's just the way it's been for years, and yeah, that's the way it is. So.
No, that's dope. That's dope because it is. I mean, it's like a more of a mental, especially with the umpiring. It's a mental toll on you on every aspect of the game. Like you have to know all these rules, and then you have to deal with people shouting things out, and then you have to make judgment calls. And it's just like like I know I'd be hard sometimes on umpires, but at the same time, I understand, and I give y'all respect, and y'all do go through a lot of stuff as well. So
He's not having it.
Yeah.
He's not having it.
Nah,
He's holding
nah.
the
No,
mic.
we do get a perception that that we can't be wrong, and at the end of the day, we're human.
Yeah.
For sure.
We're just like you guys. You guys aren't always going to make the right decision.
Yeah.
Players aren't going to field every ground ball.
Yeah.
Catch every ball.
Yeah.
Throw every pitch a strike. It's we're going to make mistakes. Do we want to? Obviously not. We want to call everything correctly, and sometimes in our head or in the way we're set up, we probably thought we got it right, and for some reason we didn't. Or now with replay, in college baseball and the big leagues, they're not out there to screw a game up.
Yeah.
They want to get it right. We have an integrity to follow the rules, and we care about the game just as much as everybody else. So I think we just get a bad perception as umpires.
Of course.
Yeah. So, but at the end of the day, we care for the game.
Yeah, for sure. So you talked about tracking pitches. You brought it up, and talk about that. Like, I mean, obviously, there's guys throwing different velo out there.
Yeah.
When you got if you have the plate, I see obviously first inning or right when game starts, you guys always get back there and
New pitcher.
When
a
yes,
new pitcher
right
comes
away.
in, we go out. We want to see.
I want to hear that. Like
maybe he throws a sinker. Maybe we want to see, especially what if a submariner comes in? We want to see how that ball's coming out of his hand. So yeah, we're tracking pitches. We're working on our timing. Yeah, because that's what you guys are gonna judge us on. You're not. You can't really see that inside out. Just like you're saying about Dax at Dodger Stadium, it looked like a strike.
Yeah,
it's probably not a strike. It's like if I told you this, can you see if my finger's touching my hand right now? You can't
see that,
but you're gonna see this.
Yeah.
So,
all right,
you're gonna see if
that.
If I'm tracking a pitch going down and I come up too soon, now you're gonna see that. Like, hey, his timing's a little off, like, or yeah, there's like certain situations you're gonna pick up on me, like, oh, he stayed down there a little too long. Maybe he's guessing.
I
on
think
that
next
pitch,
game
or
I have
thinking too
at
much.
travel ball, I'll be like, hey, Blue, your timing's off.
They're gonna-
Can't do. Are you using it to bash other umpires? Yeah, no, but it's stuff like that. But it's not for
got-
that. That's not why
No,
we're
They're
doing
gonna
it.
look. They're gonna look at you like, "What are you talking about?" bro?"
We're doing it,
Yeah.
for our
Yeah,
own
yeah,
sake,
yeah.
because we're tracking that pitch. We want to know,
See, but
Guys, go ahead.
well, that's the thing though. That's a good umpire. That's understanding. You're not gonna.
That's why he's here.
Yeah, and then, but honestly, I think and that now that gets me why a lot of I think we've talked about it too, where you're like, dude, heads up, like, dude, get away from there behind the catcher because you might have a wild pitcher
Mhm.
to where if it skips, your umpire might get hurt because you're probably now I get it right, like you're tracking the timing of the pitches, you're behind the catcher trying to get that timing down to understand where the ball is going. We're over here like, dude, get out the way. You're probably gonna get killed right now.
Right.
But now it's more.
I usually tell the
you get
catcher,
more
"Hey, I'm back
understanding.
here. I'm back here. I'm
okay,
checking
okay.
pitches." So just so he knows, if there's one in the dirt, like, make sure he kind of
You
bodies
block
up.
it, yeah.
You must have some good relationship with catchers and first base coaches, huh?
I know one in particular, one first base. Shout out to Sammy.
Shout out to Sam B behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Hey Sammy, can you go? Can you see what the catcher is throwing? Putting down. Yeah, but Carlos was talking to me, man. I got it, Sam. Thanks.
Sorry.
Nah, you're good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Nah, we have a good time with Sammy. With coaches out there. For the most part,
Yeah.
you try to get along with everyone. And
Yeah, for sure.
at the end of the day, like how you were saying, it's a clean slate. So if you did have like a bad interaction with a coach, you have them again and it's clean slate.
Yeah.
We don't need to hold a grudge.
I
Like
did see a video.
We hold some integrity to.
I saw a video. We talked about it earlier this season or later this season, and it was on X, not on Twitter. That play with Notre Dame versus what was it? Notre Dame versus Alabama? No, it was
the playoff game.
It was a playoff game.
Yeah, it was Notre Dame. I can't remember the other team.
Guy
Out
at
of town
third,
team.
tagged up, bang
Play at the plate.
boom.
Yeah,
right. And I mean,
I think I saved them. No, it was against Notre Dame.
Yes,
Saved them.
yes, you did.
Yeah.
You did. Yes.
Crowd goes crazy. Coach comes out. Yeah. So I mean, he just wanted to know what I had there.
Crowd let you have it though.
Huh?
The crowd let you have it.
Oh yeah. The crowd's always. I mean, and honestly, you never really pay attention to them. When they pop off, but I got other things to worry about.
Yeah.
So at that point, I saw Nick come out, and I just told him like his foot's in there. I saw the video after.
Yeah.
Got it right.
Yeah, you got it right. You got it right.
So it was cool. Yeah.
That's crazy.
How does that feel though? Like
I love it now, man. With like all these videos now, you can
Yeah.
go back and see
Game
it.
changer. Game changer everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like because before you're like you never know. You got people going, but then it must be feel hella good when you're like, yeah, I got it right. Like what now, fellas? Like you know what I mean? Like you kind of get.
You want to
them
go and send it to them, like
Forward.
Yeah. No, it feels good, definitely. But yeah, even for our own sake to, see how we look out there. We want to fix ourselves. Obviously, I got to shed a few pounds, but stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, even mechanically, or for our own sake as umpires, video is great.
For sure. No, for sure.
Yeah.
Man, so I mean, talk about some experience you had this past season. I don't know. What was it? One of the, a pitcher throwing 95, or
I didn't really see that much this year.
Or coaches coming out without even, I don't know. Is there any? Did you toss anybody this year?
I did not toss it.
I was about to say, what's the craziest interaction you've had?
Yeah, and you're 13 years.
My 13 years. Honestly, most of them are probably from like the club ball level and all that. Guys, when you're in high school, they start, acting a little.
Yeah. And we talked about the level of respect that you've earned and your brother.
Yeah.
And I'm a strong believer because of, maybe Dax took you under your wing.
Yeah.
Took you guys under his wing.
Yeah.
And now that we see you guys walking up, like I mentioned earlier in the episode, it's one of those where it's like, all right, he's going to have control of this. We don't know his strike zone, but might be a tight one, or I don't know. You know what I mean? And then we put everything in perspective where like,
and you guys just want consistency.
That's all we
point.
want.
Yeah.
That's all we want.
And there's days, where shit, like you just don't have it that day, or
Right.
it's not, you're not tracking as well. And it's like, well, I've already called this pitch up, and you kind of just want to live there now, at least for that game,
Right.
So, but it happens, where it's just some days it's, for some reason it's not your same zone and you feel a little off, but you want to stay consistent that game.
Damn.
Yeah. So, stuff like
That's
that.
crazy.
That's crazy how you you never think about those things. When you're in the game, you're like, maybe you are having an off day, but I don't know. I don't want to hear that you have an off day, but
it should be perfect. Right?
Yeah, but it's honestly is something that is something to think about now. Honestly, like I might just be a little bit more nicer, man.
You should.
I don't know.
Gotta be nice to the world. The world would be a better place.
How do you feel when parents or coaches say, "Come on, Blue, where'd that miss?"
It missed the strike zone. That's what it missed.
Do you even acknowledge that now, or
no? You don't acknowledge that unless obviously the coach really wants to know. That ball's in.
Yeah,
it's in. But yeah. Actually, I have a story for you. I do have one. It didn't happen this year, but
hopefully it doesn't involve me.
No. But just so we have something to talk about.
The first one did. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like stuff with coaches. It's like that. Like you're asking about like an instance. So he comes out on a mound visit. It's tight game. I'm not gonna say the teams, but it's a tight game.
Dang it. I'm just kidding.
And he comes out. He thinks I'm missing pitches. Pitch was like 4 inches inside. And he goes for a mound visit, bases loaded, 1 out at the time. And he goes out to the mound visit. I give him his time, brush the plate, kind of staring at him. I know what he wants. And he's like,
come
get me.
Yeah.
I said, so I go out there and he's like, I'm calling you over here so I don't have to call you out in front of everyone.
Oh, man.
So he's like, don't get big. Don't get small when the game gets big.
Oh,
I was like, dude, you're calling me out in front of your whole infield.
Right.
I said, that pitch is 4 inches in. Let's go. So I turn around and go back. And but it worked out for him. Like next pitch, ground ball, guy steps on the bag at third, throws to first, double play, gets out of it, wins the game.
Damn.
But it's like,
yeah.
He's not gonna see what I'm seeing, but
right. Right.
But just they're just coaches, and I get it. You guys want to, do the best for your team and fight for your guys.
Yeah.
But I thought I was consistent with my zone that day, and but obviously the game gets a little tense, and
the game can speed up too.
Yeah, no, definitely.
You know what I mean? It can
and really, on us too.
I mean, absolutely. I'm a strong believer in that. Like the game, like it could start off obviously, and all of a sudden it's like bam, just sped up,
and that happens. And it could be in the middle of the game, and you just got to tell yourself, go back to your mechanics. Go back to the simple things, call balls and strikes, track that pitch all the way in. Yes, that's a strike. Boom.
So there's ways for you, the 2-man crew or 3-man crew. I mean, you've worked, I'm sure, with, 4 guys out there.
Yeah.
There's got to be ways where you guys, and you don't have to say what you guys do, but you guys communicate.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I've seen you guys going like this.
Yeah, we pre-pitch on every, on every bat.
Pre-pitch. That's crazy.
So, yeah. So,
see there?
3-man, 2-man.
All that stuff, man.
4-man.
You should go back and say sorry to all the umpires.
And
no, definitely not. No.
Yeah, I mean, even before the game, we're there an hour before the game.
Yeah,
talking to each other, how the guys work, because every umpire is different. I want the ball to the cutout. Some guys want it to the bag, so that's fair foul responsibility with nobody on.
True.
So we're pre-gaming. We're there, just talking. If you've never
even baseball fields are different.
Yeah,
like we have all kinds of foul territory.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. It's like, oh, you've been here. Okay, what do they have? Same thing.
Have high school. We're good. There's no foul territory.
Little porch and right. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. Read it. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna go out on that? Are you gonna coming in? With nobody on. So it's stuff like that. Yeah. Definitely.
Hey, Lira, hit him with the Moral Park card. See, ask him a question. See if a bouncer went over. Hit him with it, Lira.
Oh, yeah, did it? Yeah. What would you? I'm sure you've seen the video on that,
so
right?
Video or videos?
Videos.
So what would you go on that right there? Like if
you had the left field line.
Yeah, if you were the left field line, the third base umpire, what did you have there? What would you have? Foul or fair?
He wasn't there.
So
No,
I
I'm
mean,
saying in the
I don't
video.
even know who it
In the
was.
video,
and
what do you
I
have?
don't-
Video.
It's a tough job, but I don't know.
All
I
right.
don't even know
Great
if I
answer,
want to.
great
Yeah,
answer.
I don't know. I'm just gonna say I don't know because
Yeah.
it's tough. I mean, I
There's
saw
all kinds of
videos where it
videos,
bounced
right?
on top of the wall. I saw
Yeah.
videos where it bounced in the dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, I
crazy.
don't want to comment on what it was,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
because I really don't know. So
I think it bounced and went over.
what do you guys think? I mean,
I
you
think
guys
it bounced and went over. I
Yeah,
don't know.
Bounce.
it bounced
Oh,
fair.
No,
down,
I
go
mean,
down.
I think it bounced because just watching the third base coach, the way he reacted, it was kind of like it did bounce. And then he saw the umpire go like this, and he's like, "Oh shit, home run, we won."
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, then I was there the next day, Harvard Westlake and Corona,
Right.
and I was down the left field line, and it was pretty dark down there, man. It's pretty dark,
Especially if you're looking at it from the right to the
Yeah.
left side.
was
It's
pretty dark.
it's gonna be hard to see.
What's the left field third baseline umpire's job to go out there,
Just go straight out. Yeah. As
Go
soon
straight
as you
out.
see that get planted right before, and then just
sprint?
yeah, sprint as far as you can. When you know
Got
that
it.
ball's about to hit something, get set because you want to stay still and watch
Mhm.
that. You don't want your head moving, your eyesight moving. You
So,
wanna stay
question for
still.
you. This is obviously we're not talking about. So when you guys get together,
Mhm.
have there's ever been a time where you've been wrong? We'll go that route. You've been wrong, and then I don't know, your partner or the two other guys have been, have told you, "Hey, Carlos, you're wrong on this one. We're gonna have to reverse."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it happens. Because there's only certain times where we can get together.
right.
We can't get together if you have, base umpire has a play at second. Plate umpire is not going to do anything about
Yeah,
that. I don't have, the spot that he has. He's
Right.
right on top of that.
yeah,
But yeah, I mean, like, there's situations where it happens.
yeah.
And again, sometimes when you're seeing it, you think you're right, but your partner is like, no. And we're not going to overturn something unless they're 100% sure.
Damn.
So they're like, I think he got it. No, we're just going to stick.
And then we're standing there as coaches, like, "Oh, he's gonna overturn it."
Yeah. No, but it's happened, and
Yeah.
there's no ego or pride there.
Yeah,
It's,
no.
we want to get the call right, and
Yeah, I think that's out the window. I mean, like coaches probably do feel that way, or but I think obviously you guys have proven yourselves out there that I'm here to do my job
Mhm.
and call ball and strikes, outs, and call a great game, and that's it. See you guys later.
yeah, we want to have as little impact on the game, like
Yeah.
if we weren't even there.
Yeah.
But we, that's our integrity. We want to get everything right, for you guys. But we don't care if you guys win or you guys win.
Right. That's dope.
Yeah. So how would you say positioning in umpiring is huge? Because I know sometimes in a 3-man crew, like if there's two plays, like there has to be like a little rotation where he goes down, he goes up, then he goes here.
Yeah.
Like how big would you say that is for umpires? And I know I've talked to some like in Vegas when we had a PG tournament, and a lot of them were coordinators at camps.
Yeah.
And they were doing they were coordinating in the game. Like one guy was a coordinator and he was telling guys, "Hey, we have to be here, do this, do that."
Oh, was he like? Did he have like an umpire clinic? He was.
Yeah, but it was within our game. So like those two guys were gonna go to camp. He's a coordinator, but they were trying to get them prepared to go to camp because I guess umpires can take other umpires with them and then try to go help them out, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So then he would just like, and I knew, I was like, okay, then you guys know what you guys are doing. So a lot of times, to me, and I know we have this run-ins a lot. Umpires don't get too far out there, or I don't know, they get stuck and they get probably watching. So I just like, how important is it the communication of positioning?
In 3-man, it's huge. You have to read your partners. You have to be knowing what's the next like situation. It's pre-pitching. So know what runners are on, what your task is, what you have to be doing. The plate umpire is going to come up to third base on 3 situations in 3-man. So he's going to go up with nobody on, triple with no umpires going out. So we're all in rotation. Plate umpire will come up to third. Third umpire goes
double
in,
cut,
and then plate umpire will drop down in case.
It's kind of like a double cut.
In 3-man, you always want to have one umpire ahead of the next.
That's crazy.
So you want to have an umpire already there. So that's what it's really for. Which I've been kind of like thinking, the city section needs to have 3 umpires for
I
a
agree.
playoff game.
Oh, for sure.
Like those games
sure.
get way too intense for
They've
to
been,
just
they've
to be
been more and more and
2
more
umpires
intense.
out there. It's playoffs. Like we need to
Yeah.
have 3 umpires there.
This past
We jumped from 2 umpires to 4, like
Yeah.
in for the semis.
Yeah.
It's like we should have 3, first round.
Mm-hmm.
That's how like Southern section has it. I don't know if it's like
Also, it goes 2 and then 4 and
Yeah.
then 4. So it doesn't
Yep.
go.
for LA City, yeah.
So it should be. So you're saying it should be 3,
At least 3 umpires.
3,
from
4,
the first
4,
round.
4, or
Yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah. I mean, I think we would benefit from it too, because now we feel like, okay, there's 3 guys out here, and then it gets them ready or whatever. It's good for everybody, the kids, coaches, them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember playing, and it's like, oh, we have a 3rd umpire.
Yeah, that was
it
dope.
cool. Yeah.
So,
but yeah, I mean, but even for the game, yeah, we an extra guy helps with.
Like this last city final, we lost to Bell. We had the Dodger bases out there.
Oh, the huge ones.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I know. I'm like, we talked about that.
Did that make a difference? You think?
No. I mean,
crazy,
there
though.
was maybe one guy that stole second, and we thought he came off, and
Who knows?
yeah, you know what I mean.
Did
but
he
it
score?
was he ended up scoring.
Oh, dude.
He actually ended up scoring the first round, I believe. But I mean, how do you go playing from 27, 28 games, 29 with normal bases, and then
That's strange.
and then you get to Dodger Stadium and you're playing with the pizza box.
the pizza boxes.
It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, that's huge. And umpires like does that. So like, let's say they do the normals and didn't do the big bases, and now they got to go to Dodger Stadium to do the big bases. Is it like a little bit like probably you guys have to look out for a little bit more of like a wider like slide range, or
No, I think everything stays the
Think
same.
about
You
the
just
same.
want to stay on it,
Yeah.
But no, I don't think it changes for through the umpire's perspective. But yeah, it's strange.
That was
that they
weird.
would
That was
play
bad.
what
That's
if they
crazy.
bring that extra base out there for first base like softball?
Did
the umpire-
college baseball have it?
The
I don't know.
highlighted bag
College baseball had
Did
it
they?
this past year.
for the
Yeah,
For the
regionals. Yeah.
So like the umpire's got to make sure he hits the other base, or is it because
No.
I don't know how softball the thing works. I think you're out. If
I think
you
it's
hit the
in softball. I think you have to touch. You can't touch the
the
white
other
bag,
one,
yeah.
right?
You got to touch
Oh,
the
man.
one on in foul territory.
So like,
That would
what
be
if
the
that
day.
comes?
That would be the day where I'm like, all right, I'm out.
The
No
day
way.
comes and the umpire's got to look at 2 base. No, like you're trying to see the base and the ball, but there's 2 different bases to look at the ball. It just makes almost impossible at that point.
So your strike 3 dance. Like, how did you even come about? I mean,
It's changed.
okay. I was
It
like,
changes. Yeah.
does it? Like
Yeah.
every year, every game?
No. From like when I started to now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Do you practice it at home?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to.
Yes.
You got to go in the mirror. Just every time.
Do
I'm
you say,
passing-
hey, babe, what do you think about this one?
No, I do definitely.
That's dope.
Yeah, I tell my daughters like,
Yeah.
what do you guys think of this? Or-
Oh.
yeah, so it's stuff like that.
Have you used anything that they've
That's
recommended
dope.
to you? Like, you know what? Hey, Dad, try this today.
Oh, my kids?
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
nothing. I can't.
damn.
No.
You should
I-
be
I
like, you should
can't
come with
take
a new
feedback.
one,
Yeah.
next year, and then have them like, all right, what do you guys do? You guys have to vote. Which one?
Yeah.
That'd be dope.
No, but yeah, it's definitely changed from when I first started.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to drop the hammer and then
Yeah.
then I would see like Alfonso Marquez, the first Mexican
yeah.
MLB umpire.
Yeah.
So I would copy his for a little bit.
Oh,
But now,
man.
yeah, I've changed it. So
I try to copy the way I coach. I try to copy Aaron Boone. So I'm trying to be like him because he gets tossed from every game. I'm just kidding.
I figured. Nah,
I'm just kidding.
nah you're
Would you be able to
handle him?
yeah,
I would try. I mean,
he's pretty intense when he goes out there.
I mean, sometimes, yeah. I've seen some of his videos. And some
man,
of his mic'd
oh
up
my,
stuff.
dude,
Yeah.
yeah, he's pretty intense, but man.
Oh, actually, hold on. Do umpires like? Do you guys be like, oh, we got this coach today? Do you guys give like guys that like to chirp more of a leeway because you know they like to, or is it just like, all right, he has a shorter leash because he does like to chirp? Is there like a predetermined thing
Yeah,
before
they
you
say,
go?
oh,
Yeah,
we have
I mean,
Gus
some-
Rico
Like, all right,
today.
is that Gus Rico? Okay, no, all right.
Yeah,
You-
you guys
That's
are
That's
like,
Sanvia?
short-
All right, definitely
short
not.
leash. Sam's not gonna do anything. So he doesn't intimidate us at all. So maybe Gus a little. But yeah, I mean, yeah, guys have reputations, and we're aware. Not like that we're gonna go retaliate or anything, but hey, this might come about, or yeah, definitely. Coaches have reputations, and we know what they're capable of, popping off, or it's just kind of knowing for our own sake, when to draw the line.
That's cool, man. That's a good question, Barrett.
That was a good question,
man.
Come on, man.
Is that a lyric question too?
Yeah. All these questions are lyric questions. Like, he's trying to get better out there, man. Shoot.
So like I always say, you gotta improvise, just like the umpires. Right? You gotta improvise on certain things. You know what I'm saying?
All right. So we got one question here. If there's one thing that needs to change in the game for umpires, what would it be?
I think the perception of us, of us having to be perfect. Like I said, we're humans. You
guys hearing out there listening?
We definitely, care for the game. Like I said, we want no footprint on the game. We want the game. We want to work out there. Like, if you guys, you don't even know who I am. You won't recognize me the next game. Obviously that's, with time, with working games, we're gonna eventually know each other and have, relationships. But like I said, we don't want to have any input on the score. We want the players to play, we want the coaches to coach, and we want to be perfect for our own selves. We understand that that's not always going to happen, but I think that has to change, because we do get a bad rep. Fans do get on us, and but they got to kind of realize. I mean, I talk to everybody about this. I have family in the game, and and they ask me questions, but it's like, dude, like, do you really put yourself in their shoes? Or little kids that are starting to umpire, and it's like you see people getting on them. Like, don't do that. Our game, the game is changing, because there's lack of umpires out there for not just for baseball, sports across. Because just people just get on top, like, thinking this is the World Series and we have to win this game. When at the end of the day, I mean, and I'm not going to tell you guys how to do it, or I'm not going to tell a coach how to coach, just like I don't want a coach tell me how to umpire.
Right.
But at the end of the day, like, isn't it for like the development right now? It's not like you're going to earn a scholarship off this game, but like I said, we don't want to screw the play up. We don't want to screw the call. We want to get everything right, but we don't get that. We get people thinking we have to be perfect out here.
I was watching Mexico versus Ecuador the other day. And like the penal at the end, and he was like, we're all fired up. We're like, we want to win this game. Like, there's like 2 minutes left, and the guy goes like this, whatever that means. And this is obviously soccer, and then he comes back. He's like, never mind, no penalty. I was like, whoa, wait a minute, what? He just called a penalty. That's crazy, man. But that's awesome, man. So we're coming down to an end. We have a couple more minutes, but man, shoot, thanks for coming. And
happy to be here.
This was great. I think
I have a lot of respect for you guys, and and what you do and what you've done with your program.
Thank you.
Aside from Birmingham, what you guys have done in Birmingham is incredible. Even with your Braves program.
It's
awesome.
Thank you.
It's good to see. I know we've known each other for quite a while now. But we've never really had a chance to do this. So
this is great, man. This is awesome. I like listening to the behind the scenes. I mean, we talked about it the whole episode, but how the perspective, how you guys see it. That's pretty cool.
And if, like, I know you said you want more umpires out here, if you want to drop some names, I could reach out to them for you.
Sure. That'd be great.
Or get you guys in communication.
Yeah.
Just to hear. I mean, because we all have a different road. We all have a different, style.
So So that would be great. Let's get some guys in here, man. Let's get a 2-man crew in here.
For real, the more the merrier, man.
Let's get a 2-man crew. But man, Lira, you got anything for him?
No, man, just appreciate it for coming. There's some terms here that I've learned myself that now I see why things go, and
Lira got school today.
I'll be I'm over here to admit that it's okay to be educated.
You'll be less Aaron Boone now on the field?
Nah, hell no, never that. But it's just
There
more
we
of now if you don't do your timing and things like that, I'm gonna tell you that you need to get better and come talk to my boy Carlos here. You know what I mean? Like he'll get you right. You know what I'm
Timing
saying?
dog.
There you go. But no, it's just honestly, it's just understanding each other's perspectives, you know, and as you as an umpire to be able to come and try to understand the coach's perspective as well is like a lot of times is under pointing out situations or whatever it is, and sometimes umpires, it's okay to be wrong, you know, and it's also okay to admit that you're wrong, and that it's okay to learn just the same way as coaches, like, right, oh, hey, my bad for getting on you, that shouldn't have happened or whatever it is. Just more, and I think it should be more of just working together. Honestly, we shouldn't be on separate sides. It shouldn't be where it's like, oh, you're an umpire and I'm a coach. Stay on that side, you stay on this side. It should be
And
more.
I feel like for the most part, we're not like completely.
But you
like,
get guys out there like that, man. Especially at the youth level.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, I got this guy, blah blah blah. You know,
Yeah.
make his life miserable.
Yeah,
I'm like,
see,
and
I
I'm
haven't
sitting
seen
on the
that
other
side of the
like,
world in a while,
man,
but
I'm like, oh, we got this guy. It's gonna be a long game, and that in those games you're talking about an hour and 30, an hour and 35, an hour and 45 max. You know, you don't get your 6 innings in, and you're like, oh shoot, and, you know, we're gonna get 4 innings.
Yeah,
you know, and it feels like 12 because of the way he is, and then it gets me all rattled up, and it's like, oh great, dude, you know, we're all not on the same page and whatever. Question: how do you feel about the pitch comm for catchers? Do you get to hear that when you're back there?
Not really. No, they're it's pretty. I know it gets loose on a lot of guys, like, and we kind of have to start fixing it. But no, I don't know.
If a coach goes out there and fixes it, it's not a mound visit.
No. Yeah, they can fix that.
Okay.
What if it does start being a mound visit?
I think it should.
What if they start going out there? I mean, yeah, because you should be able to, because that is another like way to act like for another extra time to like, especially get pitchers ready or whatever. Just hey, act like it's messed up.
Maybe for that, yeah, but yeah,
that's crazy. I know.
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. How do you feel? How do you feel about the catchers? Bam.
I've been seeing that a lot. Lately.
So
I was gonna ask that too. I forgot about that.
How do you feel about that? I mean, obviously you're back there.
Yeah.
You're in position.
Yeah.
They're
stealing,
you know,
strikes,
you're getting your timing down. You know, all them, you know, all that good stuff, and then he's just boom.
Yeah. It's just a matter of seeing where that pitch is at that point.
Does that make it harder?
But sometimes they'll do it when it's like, you know,
it's like
right, like kind of at the middle, and it's like, oh, they're doing it, you know. But then they'll try to take this, but sometimes it's like, no, that's a ball, you know.
Have you ever seen a catcher make a strike into a ball because of that? Like it's a strike and it's like, boop, he's a little too much with it.
Not much, but definitely like those still strikes, like that low pitch. They'll bring it up, and it's like,
so it's working.
To a certain point, yes, yeah.
Okay,
yeah, that's good. I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's good for the catcher. Like he's doing his job.
Because we want to see that thumb under it, you know, present there.
Yeah,
but they're not gonna, you know, they're not really gonna do that because they want that low one. They know that they're not gonna get that.
I think the low one's cool. You know, like all right, if you work for it, you work for it. But I think the one that's bad, honestly, it's the
that's not gonna work.
Hey, you know, it's crazy because sometimes you look at the videos and you're like, whoa, like he went from here to here, and then that's a strike. And I'm like, damn. But I think the low ones is cool because when you see a catcher execute,
I'm talking about like high school, college. That's I don't know about your club.
No. Yeah, I'm not talking about even that. I'm talking about like in high school, how like to me is like if you can receive that low and make it look that good, then go for you. You know. I'm just saying, like, sometimes you get those high school guys or whatever, they go from here to here, and it's like,
I've had to tell guys like, don't do that. Don't do that. Like, you're not going to get that a strike. You know.
Do you establish that early?
Yeah.
Good, early. Because if you don't, then
it's early. It's early. Yeah. Don't pull that in. You're telling the world that's out. You know, you're bringing that in. Just catch it. You know, it's there.
And there's guys out there that obviously have some great hands, and it's like, whoa, snap! Like,
there's some great catchers out, especially here in the valley.
Like, oh shoot! Like, he made that one look really good.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
is there a certain like you got to set up, like no matter where he sets up at, you got to set up.
We're in the slot, so we'll follow, but not like completely. We'll get in between the batter and him. Kind of like my right leg, like in between him, and then just establish there.
I'm gonna have a Braves coaches meeting soon here, and I would love for you to come, if that's okay with you, come talk to them about maybe how to talk to umpires, what the do's and don'ts. Because I mean, we don't. Yeah, Look at Lira's face. See Lira's face? I mean, just
He's
because
not going to show up to the meeting.
he's gonna call in sick that day. I mean, look, like we said, we're not perfect. No one's perfect here. And do we get caught up, like in the come on, blue, like really with that miss, or we lost because of the blue? Like, no,
We get
us giving up 10 runs or 12 runs that had nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We made 5 errors, whatever it was. You know what
But
I mean?
you will hear hey man, you cost me a run right now, man.
It cost the ERA.
I've heard that. I've said that before.
Yeah,
Hey man, cost me one because of you. He scored. You know what I mean?
No, but I mean it's cool though, because sometimes you do and you get to umpires where you like have that good relationship and we're there and then you're like, all right, man, you owe me one. And he looks at you like, all right, bro, that's on me. Like, yeah, you're right. Like,
Hey,
I do
man.
owe you one, man. And then you go, you be like, all right, we even. Like, it's
Hey,
cool.
Coach Sam is dealing with 8 umpires out there. I'm like, damn, 8-year-old. Sam's running the show, man. Sam's like, no, you know what? Time limit? Hey, game over. So, all right, man. Well, shoot, this was good. This was really good, man. I think we all learned
Appreciate you
something.
guys.
Yeah, no,
Thank
thank
you for having
you.
me.
We got a little gift for you, Lira. You want to reach over and get that since
Oh.
you don't have a mic stand?
See, that's what we're doing right now. You look, I gave you mine.
We got a little ball 4 snapback for you.
Yeah, we haven't
little
done this
gift.
in a while, man. This feels
Yeah.
like, but here you go, man. That's your own ball 4. You know, you can wear it to the umpire clinic or whatever you got to do and let them know, hey, ball
Cool.
4, it works. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? We
That's
heard it
dope.
from the defensive side here who calls the ball 4s, but
Yeah.
yeah, man. Hopefully you
kidding.
enjoy it.
Appreciate
and-
it, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you got anyone that wants to come in, probably in 2 weeks, he's going out to New York
Okay.
next week for Cooperstown. So we're
Yeah,
probably
cool.
gonna have to take a break. Let me know, get some guys in here, and maybe
Said something
in full gear.
in full gear.
Oh, that would be crazy.
That'd be
huh?
crazy,
We
yeah.
should do one where like that, where we
Yeah.
come and we come in some gear, and then he comes in there. You know,
Yeah.
that'd be dope.
See, shit, we're getting better.
Hey, Halloween's coming up too. I'm just
You
saying.
see my spandex under my gears.
He's Hispanic. Oh man, well, man, thank you so much, Carson. This was great. Just shout out to our coaching staff out there. They're doing a heck of a job. Our 12U's out in Cooperstown right now. They won their first game, a lot to a little. Everyone's getting ready for Cooperstown. You're getting ready to leave.
Friday.
Friday. That's why we had to do this a little early. So, but no, shout out to the wife and kids out there. Our behind the scenes, Alex, Sam, you guys do a heck of a job keeping us here intact. So, again, thanks again. Episode 10.
Episode 10, man. It's crazy.
We went over an hour, by the way.
Yeah, honestly, and that's where the live streaming part of it allows you to do that.
Oh wow! See, we're learning something.
Yeah, you know, if you want to
Yeah.
go over hour 10, cool. You know what I'm saying? And, now we don't have to rush for like everything. But
Shout out to your brother Omar, man.
Yeah.
Seriously,
Love
So,
you, brother.
Yeah, man. We gotta get him in here or something, man. That'd be great.
Yeah,
He does a hell of a job. He
Yeah.
does a hell of a job out there. So, again, episode 10, Braves Ball 4 podcast.
yeah, hey, happy 4th of July, also, fellas.
yeah. Stay
and
safe.
and good. Stay safe out there. Enjoy your 4th of July. And then celebrate another year of fireworks. So,
Yes, sir. Cool.
alrighty, thank you.